On this episode of Stunt Stories,
One of
Huge films.
at the time, he was one of the biggest stunt coordinators in the business. So I became his right hand.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Frosty, but could you kind of educate our viewers just like some of the films that you guys did together? Because they're just massive.
Yeah, Gary, I the first film we technically kind of worked together. I worked under Darren Prescott for the first two. Second unit, we did Born Ultimatum.
Never saw that.
Did you hear that film? Is that like a baby movie or something?
Yeah, it's small independent films. I do these small independent films with these guys.
Yeah, went straight to video.
Student films, some people call them. Yeah. There was no video then.
No. And everything. And so you know that guitar is visible over your left shoulder.
But yeah, it's
Just
a beautiful guitar.
Yeah. So I thought, well, how you been, buddy?
I've been really good. I haven't seen you in a month, right? It's been a month.
No, the kids nowadays say a hot minute.
Yeah.
A hot minute.
Not a New York minute.
Not a New York minute, no, but a hot minute.
But a hot minute. Look, I have this because I figure eventually we'll have a glass.
Wow. Hey, what do I have?
It's standing by.
Little Pendleton.
I'm getting a little breakup of service here.
Oh.
I got you, but you're hazy.
That was happening to us the other day with Rick Avery. We had Rick Avery on the other day. You know who?
Nice. I like Rick. Yeah. Rick's great.
Well,
I worked with him on Poseidon.
He can't hear us right now, so we could say like he was a jerk. He's such God. Talked about him for an hour. How long, Skylar? 2 hours?
Almost. We try to cut it down short, but
Rick, and the man's he's written 8 books. Who writes 8 books, right?
And now he does a lot of photography as well.
He's incredibly talented, like you.
Yeah. And his son, Brian Avery, is one of my favorites.
Yeah. If you don't like Brian, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, I agree. Brian is just like a genuine, nice person.
Now, this is kind of not awkward, but I know a lot about you, but a lot of our people who listen to our show, our podcast, don't. So, explain to us, like, how did you get started in the film and television industry? How did you want to always be a stuntman? Did you want to be an actor, a producer? What was your ambition?
You know what? I don't know. At first, to be truthful, I'm not sure. I think every young kid wants to be, watching Hooper and Fall Guy. You kind of want to be a stuntman, right? You're a young kid. It's kind of the exciting path, but I didn't know anyone in the business. And I did martial arts and stuff. So my brother's girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, a long, long time ago, 30 some odd years ago now, offered me a PA job on a Body by Jake commercial.
Could you explain to those who don't know what PA means? Because it could be kind of...
Oh, a production assistant. Basically, you're the runner. You get coffees, you run scripts around, you clean up, you do pretty much everything and anything. It's the entry level job at the time, so you're just kind of learning. And the first job I had was a Body by Jake. Do you remember Jake Steinfeld? Remember those infomercials?
Yeah.
He was like the first. I am old. Yeah. I'm old. Hopefully you can't see it in the blur.
No.
So I did a Body by Jake commercial, and there were all these fitness people, and I just felt like it was a trap. And I still have that weird thing. I feel like someone's setting me up, because at the end of the day, the AD was really cool. All the casts are really cool. They're like, you're the best AD I've ever worked with. I'm like, I didn't even know what an AD was. I was just like, he told me to do this, so I did the job, and that got me. From that job, I got onto Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh my God! Wait, the thing with Will Smith.
This show with Will Smith. Yeah. I did a season and a half.
I went down to that. My dad was on an episode once.
Really?
Yeah, and I went down and met him.
Yeah. Will was great. Will was great. How you would see him in interviews is kind of how Will was. He was just a really good. It was a good show. It was a fun crew. Everyone was really nice. And I did that show in the house with LL Cool J at the same time.
Wow.
But in the whole process, trying to learn how to be a stuntman, trying to train, and that's what I wanted to do, but it still didn't really have an opening. but just kept pursuing it. And I got to work with you 1,000 years ago on Beat the Devil, where you were driving a little BMW
Was that for
Tony Scott commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with James
Vegas.
Brown.
James Brown. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
James Brown, Marilyn Manson, Clive Owen.
Clive Owen. I didn't meet Marilyn Manson. I didn't see him
Oh,
there.
yeah. He was like in a room, a different part of it.
You just sparked. I just got to tell you a quick story real quick about that James Brown thing. I'm driving around in that convertible Z4 with him as my passenger. And we were doing some roundy rounds there in Vegas, or whatever that little spot is. It's off the strip, that old part of Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It's 3 a.m. And as you know, Las Vegas, there's still people everywhere. And I'll never forget this lady. There's a group of ladies on the sidewalk and they see Jim and she goes, you don't look nothing like the man. I met James Brown in 1972. You don't look nothing like. And I got all like offended. I go, no, lady, this is James Brown. She goes, you don't look nothing like the man. And James goes, it's okay, Corey. It's okay. I go, no, it's not. It's not okay. I was getting all perturbed that this lady wasn't, giving him the credit for being the man, James Brown,
And he was a really nice guy.
Yeah, he was.
So that was really fortunate for me because I got to meet a bunch of stunt guys and just I'd always ask what's the best route to try to get in, and just like yourself would give me advice just to keep hustling, and I did. I would keep training, and then I'd just go to every set. I'd go to sets at 3 a.m. And hustling is a thing that I don't know if they really do much anymore. But coming up, you'd have your headshot, and you'd try to figure out what's being filmed where in town, and you'd go and try to meet the stunt coordinator. However you get on set at that point, I think it was just an easier time as well. But and I had the like some people would just like to get in the person's face and go and kind of hang out all day, and I was never that. I was just had my headshot ready. Hey, I don't want to waste any of your time. If you don't mind, can I leave it in your trailer? And if they were nice, they would sit and talk to you. And if they didn't have the time, they'd appreciate you not bothering them, but while they're working. And that makes perfect sense to me. But, there were guys that were tough. It was like, it's the most humbling of things to do. Cause you're the guy not working and you're going to these sets trying to get a job and just get your face shown and, and meet these legendary stunt guys. And some guys would rip up your headshot in front of you.
Unbelievable. Did I do that?
Yeah.
Did I rip yours up?
No, you were always oddly nice.
Oddly nice. Hey, I got 2 questions for you. One, where did you come from to move to California? Like, where were you born and raised? And also, do you feel that you said mixed martial arts? What was it? Jiu-jitsu, kung fu? What did you do? And did that help you in your career of becoming a stuntman?
Born and raised LA. Born in Hollywood. Grew up in LA my whole life. So yeah, I'm one of the rare breeds actually from here.
I'm a little disappointed to hear that, Frosty. I was hoping you're going to say, yeah, I came from, Kansas or something, a small, Pahrump, Nevada, someplace outside.
No, I lived in Carson till my house burned down on Easter Sunday as a child.
Oh, wow.
How about them? There's tragedy in there. It's just not. Yeah. It's just not in Pahrump.
And what fighting style did you do?
I started with Kung Fu. I did 5 Animal Kung Fu. Then I went and did a bit of Savate. I trained with gosh, I forget his name at the moment.
Doug. Bill.
Jim, old Jim. Dave. But he used to be one of Danny Nosano's instructors, and I did JKD with them for a little while, and then I finally found jiu-jitsu, and I trained with Hickson Gracie forever. That was I trained with him for over a decade, and but in the heyday of jiu-jitsu, nobody knew how to fight like us, and it gave me an advantage in that circle because I was small and pretty quick. But in the film industry, it never really helped because I'm pretty small, so they just look like if they put me to fight the big guy, it's just a bully beating up a little dude.
Yeah.
So I became the guy that would throw through things. I'm the guy who gets thrown everywhere because you can lift me and throw me and hit me, and I keep getting up. So martial arts helped me with that. I think it made me tough. I had a tough skin, and I was tough enough to just keep going.
Yeah.
So no matter what happened, if I got hurt, I would, like I broke my ankle, I duct taped it, and you just keep going, right? You just don't finish, you don't stop. That's kind of the way.
I do. I
Um,
go to the medic and I cry. And I try to get attention. Hey, I'm like a sponge. Give me some attention. Give me some sympathy. Oh, I got a splinter. Remember, we were working on Linus last season, and it was hot, and I was all sweaty, and I thought I was going to pass out. I'm like, Frosty, remember?
I don't think anyone sweats more than me. So
Yeah, you and I were tied there for a little bit.
yeah,
We just seemed to sweat the most,
I sweat like a thief.
Hey,
So
who would you say you would contribute your big break to? Who is there a stunt coordinator that you really say, hey, you know what? Thanks to so and so, he or she really helped launch my career.
yeah, I think there's a few people. In that gave me the biggest break. I think were the Ghost Stunts, Scott Rogers, Darren Prescott, and Dan Bradley's team. And those guys, I worked with them. They let me come back. They let me come back and just help pull pads and stuff. I wasn't on any kind of contract. I was working for free, but I was learning, and I met a great group of guys, and then I finally got on with them, to where I was part of the team. And I got to do a lot of great shows. And then Darren Prescott, I was his right hand for quite a
What a
few
great
years.
dude. You lucked out,
Such
man.
yeah. Oh,
What a
he's
cool
the
cat.
Zen master. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Darren's one of my favorite
He's
humans.
just a surfer.
Yeah, he's just a good dude, and
Yeah.
he's from Massachusetts. So you figure you'd have that big thick accent like his dad does. We'd call his dad Grandpa.
Yeah.
Who has that thick Boston sort of accent. And Darren doesn't have it. He refused to have it, I think. So but the dude was just genuinely funny. That time was the best time that I had in my career. It was just guys having fun and enjoying just being menaces. Now I think it feels like there's so many rules nowadays that you can't. It seems harder to enjoy yourself on set.
Yeah.
Like that's why I was really fortunate when I got to work with you again, because it I just laughed and you make me funnier. So it works out better.
We have fun. You can have fun in the film business. You can.
You can. You
know?
can. I worked with a couple guys. After Darren, those guys gave me a huge break, and then I started working with Gary Powell, who is an English stunt coordinator and arguably one of
Huge films.
at the time he was one of the biggest stunt coordinators in the business. So I became his right hand.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Frosty, but could you kind of educate our viewers just like some of the films that you guys did together, because they're just massive.
Yeah, Gary, I the first film we technically kind of worked together. I worked under Darren Prescott for the first two. Second unit, we did Born Ultimatum.
Never saw it.
Did you ever hear that film? It's like a baby movie or something.
Yeah, it's small independent films. I do these small independent films with these guys.
Yeah, went straight to video.
Student films, some people call them. Yeah. There was no video then.
No. That's huge.
Yeah, we did Born Ultimatum. We did the New York car chase. Darren Prescott coordinated that, and Gary and his team did the rest of it, the window jump and the whole thing. And then we were doing reshoots at the very end as we were starting up Indiana Jones 4. And again, Darren was second unit stunt coordinator, and Gary was main unit stunt coordinator. And they liked the way I worked and offered me to do a Bond film afterward. And Americans don't get offered very often to do Bond films. So it's kind of a hard one to turn down, obviously. Yeah. I had just broken a rib somehow. What did we do? Oh, I broke my rib on Gamer, this film with Darren in New Mexico, with the Neville Dean Taylor, the directors. With Gerard Butler was the star of the film.
Could you do me a favor real quick? Could you do your best James Bond imitation?
Which one?
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery's the best. I'm going to
Yeah.
have some whiskey. I'm going to have a glass of whiskey and drink it with my mate.
Oh,
I
God.
have a Bond watch on. My watch is the casino watch.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's the one I always wear.
Wow.
It's I wear it constantly. Well, Corey, I'm going to have a drink for you.
Yeah, I'm going to get some ice. I think Skylar's going to help me out with some ice and a glass, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, we have someone just joined us. Dave, you want to say hi to Frosty?
Yeah. Hey, Frosty. I'm David. I'm fashionably late as always.
Hey, David,
I'm
you got to
coming
work
from
on
the
your
golf.
punctuality.
I was too busy shooting 22 over.
Well, fair enough.
You were golfing.
I was golf.
You set your priorities, I see.
We had planned on being done at 2, and then that didn't happen.
No.
So, I do have a question for Frosty though.
Go on.
So you've been on movies like Guardians, Spider-Man, Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
How do the stunts on those movies compare to stunts like on Ford v Ferrari or something different like that, or Born Ultimatum?
Well, they're very different. Like Spider-Man and I did Green Lantern as well, which that one says a lot for everything. Yeah, exactly right. The Green Lantern could have been great. I think, and this would probably get me never hired in the studio, but the studio stopped us from making his constructs, Green Lantern's constructs. Like, we had a lot of great ideas, but they just visually they cost too much. And unfortunately for that film, it was a CGI suit, a computer generated suit. So he would just wear a mocap outfit, spandex, instead of having a lantern outfit. And I think when you do those films, when you're in the outfits, you become the character a lot easier than in a mocap suit. So I think that was a big flaw in that film. I think Ryan Reynolds made enough points about his
Fillings.
Yeah. And that's why I think Deadpool definitely wears a suit all the time, because it makes you the character. You feel it, and it's hard to feel it without these little gadgets that make you kind of in the character of the show. You know what I mean? So usually with shows like that, there's a lot more wire work. So you have a whole stunt team rehearsing different ideas of how they fly, how they land, depending on the script as to what they want. So you get a lot of different time rehearsals. You usually have a bigger stunt team because you have a fight team, you have the rigging team, you have a couple different coordinators often because you have 2 units going or whatnot. With a show like Ford versus Ferrari, you have your drivers. They have picture vehicles that take care of the vehicles for us. So you don't have as big a crew often. And everything's more practical in the sense of with superhero films, you're usually using high-speed winches, which are what move the wires at a rapid motion through electronic drums that are hooked up to a computer. We have a guy that runs the computer system itself, so he's just designated for that. And he can make you fly at outrageous speeds. And I was one of the test dummies for the thing early days.
God,
Nice.
that's the worst spot ever. We're gonna see if this works. Hey, Frosty, put on the suit.
Just real quick.
Yeah, they used to call it Frosty Fridays or Fun with Frosty on the days that if I'd be putting on a harness, they're like, "Oh yeah, here we go."
Oh, let's see if this works. God, we thought
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
going to.
Would you rather do more practical?
Yeah, always more practical, but I don't think doing stunts on wires isn't practical. I think when they add CG to do the stunt for us, I lose a little interest in that. I watched a movie. I don't know if I should say the name of the movie. The guy has a red cape, and but
Spider-Man?
he has a cape. And anyhow, they're fighting in the air, and it was just a video game, you know. It wasn't practical, and it looked like a cartoon. And for me, it took me right out of the movie.
I know what scene you're talking.
Yeah, and it took me right out of the movie. So I was like, oh, this is kind of, you know, there's other ways of doing that, but you know, there's monetary reasons and other reasons why it didn't happen that way that I wasn't privy to. So hopefully that keeps me from ever not getting fired.
Dave, ask him some more questions. You seem to be on a roll, brother.
Man, I just came in hot, you know.
I just wanted to know.
Corey was going to come back.
Yeah, one of my early jobs I got to do with Corey Eubanks right there. One of my very first gigs on a movie called I Got the Hookup, Master P.
God, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. Corey was driving, and I was just sitting passenger with him. And he had to drive a white van into the LA River. So he had to jump down the ramp of the LA River. Eventually, I got out of the car, and Corey had to go flip the car. But he was so cool, and I got to work with him and Alan Wyatt Jr. And such a sweet man, and just laughing the entire time, cracking jokes. And then I get in the car with you, and it was the same sort of jokes in a different way. It was
like his jokes were better than mine. Is that what you're saying, Frosty?
Different, comparable.
Oh.
I mean, he's gone. I have to speak highly of the man.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Was there ever a stunt you just said no, absolutely not?
No, I've never said no.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuntmen we've talked to that have been like,
except for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Get someone else.
Yeah, Corey's like, call a 20-year-old.
Yeah, get a 20-year-old. Get someone who's got talent. I'm not doing it.
I'll show him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the big gags like that, you know, the ones Corey gets, though, he's the guy for it. So if he says no, there's a different reason. I get the kind that you know, you may die, or you may just have to get injured a little bit, but you're going to get up, and they just hurt a lot. And so, you know, the skill level isn't as high as Corey's. It's just the toughness that I have.
Yeah. I text Frosty some things to say.
Did you?
Yeah. He
mentioned this and mentioned that, and then
he Venmoed me. He Venmoed me $100. I'm like, all right, I guess I can do it.
These things. I'll give him a compliment now.
10 out of 10.
10 out of. You don't know it, but I was going to have Sally come on the show today. She's just not
really
going to pinch nerve in her neck because I was wrestling her the other day, and I think I tweaked her. I tried to. This is what Frosty taught me, like a little neck twist thing, and she got a pinched nerve, so she can't be here. But she was going to come on, and we were going to give you shit about that. About the Frosty, we're working on what were we on? Lioness, or was it
Lioness?
Lioness.
The last thing we did was Landman.
Is that when we talked about the food show that she does?
No, we were on Lioness for the food show.
Lioness. And I was telling him how I'm a taste test dummy, and I usually rate it from 1 to 10, and it will let me see one. And so I bring it up on TikTok, and I show him a video, and he goes, "Oh," and I'm like, and I've given her a 10 on the rating from how it tastes, right? And then go, "Hey, let me see another video," and goes through it. And I'm like, "Hey, babe, this is a 10." And he's another one. He goes, "Are there any that aren't a 10? Oh yeah, lots. And I start scrolling through, and everyone I went to, and I'm like, 10.
Yeah. I'm not sure about this one, but I think this might be a 10. I'm like, is it a 10? How can you not? This one's a 10?
She really has a pinched nerve because they were fighting about food last night.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, because I didn't give her a 10.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you did.
So she was going to come and give you some shit today, and she's like, "I don't feel good." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, well, I hope she feels better.
Yeah.
She can give me grief another time.
Yeah. We called you that one time. Didn't she give you a hard time, or was she?
Yeah, no, she was lovely. She just laughed, and she understood that you were scared of her, and obviously you only give her 10s.
Every single time. We were doing
every single time. There's one I have, and I gave her a 4. That one I don't think exists.
Yeah, I think she pulled that one off. Yeah, she took that one down.
Looked.
Yeah, I couldn't find it either, to tell you the truth. Frosty and I were working on that Lioness show, and we were running across this field and this helicopter was firing at us, right? With that little
Yeah.
bird, and was
Yeah,
dropping
the little bird.
those shells after they. How much did each one of those bullets cost? You know, those fake.
They said someone did say the price of those things. Was it like $80 $80 a shell, or no, $100 a shell? I think it was.
Was it $100 a shell?
I think so for everything that came out of the little bird.
It was shooting like 6,000 rounds. Remember
It
that?
was ridiculous.
Yeah, and we're running across this field, you know, and Frosty and I. There was one spot that all the rocks were cleared out of. It was kind of like a nice cushy spot. We were seeing who could get there first, you know. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe this guy in the helicopter is just a really good shot. And they said action, and it started firing. I'm like, oh, I'm hit. I'll just fall right here. Everybody else is running across the field.
They haven't even shot.
I played a cowardly terrorist. I got out, and my gun, the prop gun they gave me, wouldn't come out of the holster. And I knew that, and we were driving these vehicles in, and then we have to get out, and we're going to fight. And the guy behind me needed a gun, so I gave him the rifle. And I'm like, I'll just get out, like I'm going to try to get the holster out. And as I get out, I know the holster and the gun won't come out. So then they start shooting at us, and I act like I get shot in the leg, and then I just turn around and try to run away like a coward, because we're terrorists. Terrorists can be cowards, right? And so I get shot in the back, then I die.
It was a creative choice.
That's awesome.
Hey,
It was a
we've died in two scenes together. What was the one when
We-
Taylor came up and shot us? Remember that?
Well, first we got T-boned.
Yeah.
So it was on the first episode, I think, of season 2. I think we died a few times, because didn't we died on that episode, I think 4 times. So we die by the T-bone.
Yeah. Wait. I got to tell him about the T-bone because you guys weren't there. Frosty was there. I'm driving this Suburban, right? Or whatever it was.
It was a Suburban, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, no, you're the Expedition. The other thing was a Suburban.
Expedition down the road. And on the passenger side, here comes Tori Vogel. He's going to smash. And you and
Gabe Nunez.
Gabe Nunez were firing weapons out the passenger side where they're going to get T-boned by this vehicle going 45 miles an hour. And they're out the window, like firing at him. And I'm on the other side. I'm safe because I'm like 5 feet away. And I didn't really give a shit about them at that point. And Terry Jackson walks up, this veteran stunt man, been around forever. And he's like, are you guys going to be out the window shooting when he comes? And they're like, yeah. And he goes, oh, I don't like this at all. Remember that? Is that what he said? Or what did he say?
I just want to say, it's a bad idea.
That's what it was.
Well, Terry, I'm about to do it. This is my decision.
Yeah. But Terry, how do you think I'll be? He's like, oh, you'll be fine, Corey. But these two, that's a bad idea. Not what you want to hear just before a stunt.
Well, I decided that the best place, because we had to tie Gabe. Gabe had to wear a harness, so when the car did get hit in the backside, he wouldn't accidentally launch out the passenger window.
Yeah,
it would ruin him probably too. But and myself, and I had a lap belt on, and so I knew I wouldn't go out the window. But the best place to be hit would be on the inside, right, or right hanging out the window. It's if I leaned back in and we got hit, I'd get pushed right back into that window frame. So I figured I'll hang out the window the whole time. That's the safest place. And that's when Terry was like, I don't think that's a good idea. That's a bad idea. I just want to tell you. And it worked out. I did stay out the window the whole time. I did get hit with just hanging out the window the whole time. And yeah, it was cool. They put a big plastic, like a Delron slider sort of thing on the rear driver's side tire so we could spin out, but we would have spun out probably
anyway.
Yeah.
And then we spun out, and then all of a sudden Taylor jumps out of his car, his Suburban, comes over and kills both of us. Remember that?
Yes.
Blood.
Yeah. Yeah, killed us both dead, and his gun kept jamming on him. And then so we did that a few times. So that was our first death.
Yeah.
Then we died as the soldiers up on the hill.
And then we almost died of heat exhaustion, whatever you call it, heat stroke.
Yeah. I was all cramping.
Oh my God. We drank like 16 bottles of water that day by the river.
Yeah.
By the river.
By the river. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing was shooting at us again. We had
Yeah.
some good
Yeah. No,
times.
on the day we were up on the cliff, when we were about to jump the river kind of thing, I had to stay on the lower side to help wade out. And then they made me speak Spanish into a bullhorn.
I remember. I was in the top. I'm looking down like, what is Frosty doing? You're
Yeah.
speaking.
Yeah, I may not look it, but I'm Peruvian. I'm 100% Peruvian. I am Latin 100%. But so this is a scene where you have a lot of brown guys basically, and I'm a brown guy, but I'm just a lighter shade of brown. But I can speak Spanish, but I could speak Spanish, and most of the guys couldn't. And so I get put in this thing, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do ADR on it anyway. We'll replace it. It doesn't matter." I listen to that. I watch the show, and it's my squeaky voice in it. I'm like, I know that stupid voice.
Yeah, they're like, wait a minute, that's fine. We'll just use Frosty what he did. That was great.
Yeah, I surprised myself. I actually did an all right job.
Hey, for as many things as you've done throughout your career, is there something that you would say is still on your bucket list? I still want to do this.
Mm.
Any particular?
I've never done a canon.
Is that on your list of things?
Yeah. That
Maybe
would
we
be
should
one
start
for
letting
sure.
people know that, not make it a big secret.
I guess that's fair. I think this will do that.
I think, yeah. I'm a firm believer about that. You got to put it out into the universe and let people know,
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
Yeah.
I'll do a canon roll someday. And also, I want to Frosty. Hey, Frosty the other day said he wants to do a car hit in a diaper.
That is what they would give me.
Writer sits down and, okay, I'll write that, and
Speaking of diaper, I've got a picture of Frosty. If he would like to explain this one,
uh-oh.
it's on your IMDb.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
take a
go
look.
on.
Let's see.
I could probably explain it.
Yeah. You explain.
Do you see it?
Hold on.
I don't know. I don't see anything.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God, this is horrific.
Is it a bruise on my ass? Yes. So that was Sky High. We were doing Sky High, the Disney movie. Kurt Russell, Kelly Preston. I was doubling myself and Danny Downey were doubling Michael Angarano, the main kid in the show. And so there's a scene in it where it's like a hockey rink, right? But Kelly Preston and Kurt Russell are like the number one superheroes in the world. She's super powerful and he's the greatest superhero kind of thing, right? They're both like the greatest. So their kid, they're all going to high school now, and it's like a superhero high school. And in the high school, they judge if you're going to be a sidekick or if you're going to be a hero. But he's Armstrong, not Armstrong, Will something strong, and he hasn't quite figured out his powers yet. So in that process, you just get beaten up a lot because he doesn't fly. he just gets hit and thrown into things. So there's one sequence where I have to go flying off an air ram, which people don't really use too much anymore, it seems.
Oh, they don't know what they are.
An air ram, yeah. It's basically a pneumatic foot plate that as you step on it, it launches you across a room in an arcing shape, but you flip around. It's how people look like when they get it, when you're running through the field and so you explode and all that kind of thing is, for those who don't know. But I did that 25 feet into a wall, and when it was like a hockey rink, so the glass, it was, pretty flimsy, which was fantastic. I'm like, well, that's not going to hurt at all. And as I'm watching them set the glass in, they barely put it down the wall, and now they have background behind it. So I told Scott Rogers, like, hey, buddy, just so you're informed, because he was the boss, they didn't put the glass in very low, and if I hit it the way we were planning on hitting it, I think I'll just go right through it and hit the people. And so he said, well, can you hit it lower? And I said I'd hit it wherever he wanted. I thought I was prepared. I had like this motorcycle kind of chest plate, it was wardrobe, but I didn't think I needed much more. I was wrong. And so I do the 25-foot launch, and I come down and I'm trying to just get just the tip of my ass and my legs to hit the glass, and then my back hit the wall. But they reinforced that wall, so it was like hitting concrete. It didn't give in the slightest. But I came down on the wall, and there's a tiny lip, so that chopped right through the pads I had and gave me that hematoma. And it was like I had a football on my back. And that gag 3 days later, that happened. And then 3 days late, that happened on Friday, I guess. And so Monday, Wednesday, the following Wednesday, I had the big gag of the film, which was the window getting flown out that big window. There's a video, I think, on my IMDb of me going flying out a big window. And that was a crazy sort of gag in itself because it was done on the high-speed winches, the old high-speed winches, the original ones. And the new ones, the brains have been updated and they're quite intelligent now. But those, there was a lot of issues. And if the line that's pulling you, that leads down to the next drum, as it's pulling you, if it pulls you fast enough, in that middle ground, there'll be a little bit of loft in the line. And when there's loft, the brain of the computer registers there's nothing on that line. So something's wrong and it shuts down. It'll lock, right? So when we're testing it, we put a body bag, my weight, weight bag basically, with enough sandbags in it with my weight in it, and we launch it. And 3 times in a row, it got into that loft, and so it locked up at the high point and became a wrecking ball, and hit this. It was wrecking the stage 3 times in a row. And I'm like, well, that's not cool. That's a dead man. That's me dead. And so, they mess with the computer a little bit. They mess with the computer. And usually when we go from body bag weight to human, we get 100% on the body bag. That's what we want. That's what we're trying to achieve. But then once we put a human on it, we back it down to say 70%. Then it goes 80%, then 90%. And then we trickle it 91, 92, 93 until you get to where you want it to go, or however it looks good enough for whatever you're trying to film. And this one, unfortunately, at this point, did not work unless you went 100% right away. So there was no changing it from body bag, and dead weight flies way different than a human flying through the air. Human weight, it just, you bring life to it, so you're just lighter at certain points, even though it's your same weight. Dead weight is dead weight. Doesn't really give you the same energy. And so the only way.
Let me ask you something. Is that because at the beginning you know it, so you're kind of assisting? You kind of using your legs. Is that why?
No, I think just body weight just flies differently because you have all that weight, but it expands. You have weight here in your hands. When you have a body bag, it's just so compact, and it doesn't really give anything else. You know what I mean? I think with body weight, as you're going, your weight gets kind of lopsided differently depending on how you're throwing your arms or your legs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it displaces a little better. But this one only worked at 100%, and I remember sitting there going, "Well, this is pretty gnarly." I just watched it wreck, and so it wrecks 3 times, and then they mess with it, and it works 3 times in a row. So they're like, "You're up." So I have a 50-50 chance that I just seen this thing wreck.
Yeah.
And now I have to get into it and go 100% right off go. That's it. We're doing it. And so you're like, this will be interesting. And, like a lot of people do whatever, they have their own way of going to that zero place, where you want to kind of get into that zone. I always sing, and I don't know anything more than I like bread and butter. I like toast and jam, right? I like bread and butter. I like toast and jam. Is that what you say? Yeah, and it calms me down, and then you kind of don't think anything more, and you do your thing. And it worked. I flew out, and I remember Darren Prescott came up to me, and he's like, "Way to go, way to go, brother, man! I would have never done that." I'm like, "You told me it was safe."
I would have told you anything to get you to do the shot. Oh my God.
And so it worked out. And then once it worked, we rehearsed it probably 35 different ways, trying to figure out what looked cool is coming out the window. And on the actual day, we only did it twice, but through the glass, and then went through glass on the day.
Yeah. I don't know how I would have felt about that. Watching it fail 3 times and then watching it be successful 3 times. I say, okay, we're at neutral.
Yeah.
We're at neutral.
Yeah.
Let's do it 3 more times and see, are we on the fail side, or are we on the success side? No.
Yeah. I was too young to feel any kind of confidence to speak up for myself. So
Yeah.
I was like, yep,
Yep.
I'm going to do it. And that kind of carried over where, if I say I'll do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I have to do it. That's kind of the gag. So, but those sort of things gave me that reputation as one of the wire guys, and I could take a throttling and still get up.
Yeah,
So
that's not. I don't know that that's a good thing, a good reputation to have. It's, hey, there's high risk that this isn't going to succeed. Hey, get Frosty on the phone. He'll do it.
It was kind of cool. I mean, it was kind of a cool. It was like a stuntman's reputation, right? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, that guy's tough. Let's put him in it, and it made me feel kind of cool. And I like certain people have their talents. My talent was eventually that. That was it. I'd say yes. I was tough enough to keep trying and keep going, and it built me this house. So I was happy with being that guy.
Good for you, man. It paid off. It paid off for you.
It paid off.
Remember years ago with Denny Pierce.
Yeah, I love
he
Denny.
Invented this running backflip thing, right? You've seen that? Like he running and someone clobbers him and he does a backflip to his face.
Yeah, the running gainer.
Running gainer. That became like his signature thing. And I'm like, I'm not so sure you want to be like promoting that you're the only guy really who could go and pull that off. He was doing them downstairs and onto the street. And like after a while, he's like, God, I hated that I came up with this. I'm like,
I had the great fortune of hiring Denny on a film I did in Maine. I coordinated a film in Maine with Tom Berenger, and I had him doubling Tom Berenger. It's in the snow, and when we're rehearsing it, it's early days, and with snow, it changes depending on the weather, right? If it's too cold, it'll freeze, and now that soft snow is ice. So it's like a 13-foot drop, and he has to. They're coming off the edge of a cliff. They're doing this big slide as they're fighting, doing this slide coming down a hill, and one of the characters, I won't say the stuntman's name.
Steve.
No, he didn't do a great job though. But for whatever reason, he didn't want to. He only wanted to fall into snow, like 6 feet or like 4-foot drop. Like it was just like a nothing. And I'm like, well, you don't want to start a little higher, just a bit higher, just a bit higher. And Denny's not at the top of this fucking hill. And he launches himself. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this thing like I'm sliding into home base. So I'm gonna slide first, and I'll launch off the hill." And I'm trying to dig out the icy snow because it's now ice. So I'm just trying to make it softer for him. And so the one guy goes, little 4-foot nothing, and then Denny's coming off this mountain, and he just hits. And I'm like, I think I just killed my friend. And in the scene, he has to kind of slowly get up, and Denny's doing it. He's slowly getting up, and he kind of drops back down a little bit. Then he continues to get back up, and he finishes the sequence perfectly. And I'm like, that's Denny Pierce.
Yeah,
that man's dude. Tough stunt man,
tough guy. Hey,
yeah.
I was wondering what your feelings are about the Oscars and the categories for stunts and how you feel about all of that and this new title that I've never heard of called action designer. Have you heard
stunt designer? I believe it is
stunt designer.
Yeah, I think it's stunt designer. Is it action designer? I could be wrong.
Chat GPT. I don't know. I think it was action designer.
I think for the Academy, you have to have these titles, a designer, right? Like there's production designer, there's costume designer. I think the designer name for the Oscars is how it works, unfortunately. I don't think you can be a coordinator because I think in most of the other departments, the coordinator isn't what a stunt coordinator is, right? Like we're the boss, technically. The stunt coordinator is the boss of our department. In other departments, the coordinator is just kind of the one who organizes everything and keeps everything on track. A different way than what we have to do, So I think they had to change that name for that purpose.
Have you ever seen a call sheet that has action designer on it?
I have.
You have.
You can ask for it. It's not like it's not by their choice. You can go, because that's going to be the new title that people are chasing. Because
Does that fall under a union? Is that not acknowledged by the Screen Actors Guild or AFTRA?
I think Screen Actors Guild makes it up as they go anyway.
Yeah, I think they do. I think they do.
Sorry, SAG, but really, you guys don't take care of this.
It says the Academy Awards will have a new stunt design award, with the category being established for the 100th Academy Award for a film released in 2027. The official title of the new reward is Achievement in Stunt Design.
Stunt design.
Yeah. Achievement.
Yeah.
Achievement. You did it.
You did it.
Good job, buddy.
You designed the stunt.
Here's a chocolate chip cookie.
See, but you know what, Frosty? Here's the problem I have with that personally. Let's say you and I are working on a Michael Bay film, and we hey, there's going to be a car hit. Guy the writer writes, a guy runs across the street and gets hit by a car. Well, someone's gonna. What do you mean? We got to kind of design that. We got to kind of create it. We got to kind of, and you and I go off to the side and we figure out this cool idea. And then we go and we pitch to Michael Bay. Michael Bay's like, yeah, I like that, but let's do this too, and let's do that. And all of a sudden, the three of us have designed this stunt because you're going to do it. I ain't going to freaking do it. I'll drive the car. And hit Frosty. And then and we do this. We design this stunt together with Michael Bay, but yet the guy who has on the call sheet that title is going to receive the credit and the Oscar. And I just want to thank me for, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the way it is with any other department, right? Costume, it's, the whole team puts on, they dress each, and, we all have different costumers to kind of dress us, but the main designer gets all the credit for it. And it's kind of like a pat on the back for your entire team. And I think how it helps is that person gets more work, and then obviously you guys continue to work. So it gives you more work in that sense.
You think
I don't know how I feel about an Oscar for us. I mean, I think I understand why we deserve one. Like, I do think if every other department's getting awards, well, not every other department, but if visual effects and special effects are getting awards for what we're doing, then, because every time they win some award, it's usually because there's a big stunt involved, and then we're just still the unsung heroes, which is what we signed on to be. But I think we just get kind of swallowed into it, and that's why it seems like we lose a lot. Whenever there's something they have to save some money on the budget, take it out of the stunt department.
Yeah.
Whenever someone has a nephew that wants to get in the business, put him in the stunt department. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like we're the expendable department, and half the time you're a department of one at the start of it. If they don't give you an assistant coordinator, and you're just by yourself trying to handle everything, wrangle pads and do all this stuff because we don't have the money for it. The departments never have to. Every other department has at least 5 people.
I love that they have a category for the Oscars for casting director. That's priceless. Best casting director, because you and I both know the process of that and how that works. And casting director made a phone call.
Yes,
but now that I'm so and so, I want Brad Pitt in my movie. Okay, I'll call his agent.
But now that I'm doing more acting stuff, I love them.
Oh my!
They do an important job, and they're great.
I went in for a reading once on a show for Chris Howell. I think it was Craig T. Nelson. I forget what it was called. I went in for a reading, and I walked in, and I could see by the look on this woman's face, she's probably the casting director was having the worst day of her life or whatever. And or they'd already hired whoever was going to be the part. You here? Yeah, just stand on the mark over there to slate and say I'm just going to leave. What? I go, I'm out of here, and I just turned and I left. I'm like, because I didn't like her attitude.
That is the beauty of being a stuntman in a certain way. Like, we're not actors.
No, go get somebody else.
We'll do the part.
Stupid
dialogue. We'll do the little bits.
Yeah.
Freeze. Get out of the car, all that kind of shit. We'll do all that stuff, and it is fun when you get to do it sometimes because up until Ford versus Ferrari, um, I came from the old school where you're not supposed to be seen. So I was always trying to hide. And when I did Ford versus Ferrari, Adam Sumner sadly passed. He was the first AD. Knew I was friends with Matt, so they had me audition for this scene, and then they're like, "Well, great, yeah, you got the part, and now you just have to establish you." So I had a huge run on the show. I'm in it constantly. James Mangold took a shine to me enough, and then he put me in every shot. I was everywhere in that movie,
You're like a
right?
movie star.
Yeah. My scenes, like there's scenes with me and Matt Damon, just me and Matt, and it's like that's one of the biggest stars in the world.
Hey, in the future, when you tell that story, just say Matt and I. Use good grammar. You're not coming out like a stupid stunt guy.
What did I say?
Ain't not good grammar. Come on.
I said Matt Damon.
No,
I said his full name.
Me and Matt. You said
no, and I first started with Matt Damon, and then I said, well, it was just me and Matt.
Yeah, it would be Matt.
Matt and I. It would be Matt and I.
Frosty, for the love of God.
I don't think you know how to spell, so I'm not sure you're the one I should be taking any kind of.
Is this you?
Hold on, I'm trying to get it.
Is that the two of you?
I don't know.
Hold on, give me one
Two of you.
Can you see this?
No.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh my God, is that his ass? No.
Again?
The other one was my ass.
That was your.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, that's us. Yeah. That's Matt Damon and I.
Oh, that sounded so perfect. Matt Damon and I.
Frosty, thank you for doing that because he would have ranted for another hour after you got off.
True.
Oh, he loves to rant.
Oh,
The beauty is Corey, he just makes a set fun. You know, we got to work on Landman. I worked with him 20 some odd years ago on I Got the Hookup, and hadn't seen him in 20 years, and I was doing Jurassic World, I think, in New Orleans, and Corey was doing another film in New Orleans, and I happened to run into him at this bar that was across the street from my hotel called Lucy's, and I don't think Corey remembered who I was, which is fair, but I obviously knew who Corey was. He's a legend in our business, you know. And so I'm like, hey, Corey, and I reminded him of the story, and then we had a few beers together, just had some laughs, and it was great. And then I hadn't seen him in years, and then finally we got to work again on Lioness, and it's like a day doesn't pass, and he makes me funnier, like I'm saying. It's just quite fun to be around the guy because you're just laughing and saying, you just feel like the old way that stunt guys should be, and just enjoying life because you put yourself at risk, and so just to have fun. It's supposed to be fun.
yeah. I mean, hey, think about it. If you're in a helicopter and something went wrong and it's going to crash and you're going to die, do you want to be laughing on your way down to the ground or complaining about it?
Although Corey did get me in trouble, I think day one with the transpo lady. Remember the lady that was driving the red, the little red 4-wheel that she couldn't put in reverse?
Oh.
And I didn't say anything. I was sitting on the stairs by the trailers, waiting patiently, and Corey's next to me, and he decides to tell her, hey, if you have any problems with it, Frosty knows all about those, and he can help you put that in reverse. I said nothing. And she gave me the dirtiest look as if I had said this.
Yeah.
And never spoke to me again that entire show.
Yeah.
That's Corey.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, hopefully,
but it made every day better, you know?
Hopefully you and I will be out there sweating again. Well, no, because it starts up shooting here soon, and I don't think we're getting into the colder time of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be freezing to death in the snow, the ice.
Yes.
Gosh.
And of course, we're going to have to act like it's summertime.
Yeah. Can you guys stop shivering, please? It's supposed to be in the middle of the summer, and you're supposed to.
But it's raining.
Yeah. Well,
Summer shower.
listen,
It gets humid. It gets humid out here.
Frosty, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. And before we sign off, Dave, he has questions.
Just one more.
Ask as many as you want.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Just as an outro, I guess. Any advice you could give to young stunt women coming into the business?
Yeah, I think speak less and listen more.
Ooh.
I think there's a lot of and rightly so, everyone has an opinion, but until the guys that are running the show are pretty experienced most of the time, so just listen and hold your opinions until you're certain that it and Darren Prescott gave me the greatest bit of advice. He said if you're patient enough, 90% of your questions will be answered before you have to ask them. And it is always true. It does seem to be always true. And I try to live by that now, because I am one to go
I'm right
so I try to go, better reel that back in and shut
I'm
my
right
mouth.
there with you. I remember on that same show when we're working for Wade Allen, and I'm always asking questions, because I feel like information is like one of the most important things, right? So I ask this, I ask that, and we were getting to do a shot driving these police cars at night, and three of us,
Yeah.
right, Gabe in front and kicking up dust, and we have our light bars on. You can't see the end of your hood, right? But
yeah,
that was the shot we were going to do. But when Wade explained it to us, he says, "Okay, let me explain what we're doing, so there's no questions. You guys, the three cars are going down. I want you going 45 miles an hour. You're separated by 2 car lengths. The drone's going to be flying over the top, shooting down, and that's it. You guys are just going straight down the road. That's what you're doing. No questions. You don't need any questions. I don't want to hear any questions, and that's it." Do you want our light bars on? He looks at me. I go, "Do you want the light bars on?" He's like, "Damn it, that's a good question. Okay, yes, I want the light bars on. But after that, no more questions." And I was dying to say, "Well, Frosty has a question."
He does. He says that every time. Frosty has a question.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At the safety meetings when everyone's around, and okay. Anybody got any questions? Well, Frosty was wondering. Go ahead, Frosty. Now's a good time to ask.
I mean, Corey's a legend in the business, so to get advice from Corey, and I remember on I got the hookup.
Advice.
You gave me good advice. You gave me a simple advice of wardrobe. You give it back the way you got it. If they bring it, it's in your trailer and it's hung up, that's how you leave it. If they brought it to you, you bring it back to them. And that didn't work over so well on the first season of Landman.
Yeah.
I got
Don't
in
listen
trouble.
to me. What do I know?
I'm like, but that guy told me 25 years ago. He told me this.
It's worked every time. Yeah, until then.
Until then, it didn't work out as well. But yeah, it was. I'm hoping that Lioness comes back. I know it's coming back, so I'm hoping we just have a lot more time out there, because that show and getting to hang out with you and having our little group that just laughed, it re-inspired me in that way, because you go through these moments of it becomes a business. And it just re-inspired me about the joy that I love being a stuntman. It's the coolest job you could ever have. You get to play for a living,
Yeah.
And I've got to do some cool things on great movies, and got to travel the world with it. And who could ask for more, right? That it's just the greatest job. And I hope the young stunt guys get to appreciate what they're getting into.
Well, let's do this. Let's really manifest and put out that through this next season of Lioness, and maybe the next Landman, that Taylor's gonna write another cannon roll sequence or something with cars crashing and flipping and whatnot, and I'm gonna say Frosty wants to do one, and we'll get.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
and then I have you right next to me, which is great.
I'll be your safety guy.
I was meant to be yours, and then I got
refused to. You were on the other team. No, I see how it is. No, it's all bullshit. Okay.
I tried to put flammable stuff in there. It didn't catch.
So you could rescue me while I'm on fire. Well, listen, Frosty, I love you, brother, and I hope
love you, pal.
Do another Stunt Stories here soon, and we'll have some laughs.
It flew by, so thank you. Yeah, I always have a great time with you, man, and I look forward to seeing you again, buddy.
All right, man. Look forward to it too.
All right, pal. I'll
Adios.
talk to you soon.
Thanks
Cheers,
for
my friend.
watching another Stunt Stories, you guys.